Back again in our world. Learn about the next star. There you go. So, well, what I hear from the grapevine that we're going to get into this game. Awesome.
I'm sorry, guys. It looks like I didn't have my mic plugged in. I apologize. Again, you probably didn't hear me, or you hear me by mistake, or whatever. Well, welcome to another live stream. Today I'm here with the Outer Worlds, and I said I heard from the grapevine that I'm towards the end of the game, so apologize about that. Oh, I should have double checked. Okay, so now the question is, where am I now? Where am I? Ilya Hagen. Oh, this is where we got the gas, right? Hold on. Okay, yes, this is the gas. I'd be surprised this would be ending the game, because don't we have a lot of other planets to go to? Could have sworn. I have to check my galaxy map to see if we actually visited any of those maps. And any of those Bard, I know. All right, so let's go back to the journal and let's see weapons from the void. That's not the groundbreaker, and that's not the groundbreaker. Huh. I think we should do was and wait for you. Okay. And with let's try to do this one. Try to we are apparently at the
Used to be. You can get the best wine on Monarch here.
I would have liked to see this place before it was all boarded up. I bet it lit up the night.
Okay, so the reliable is here. How do you get in it? Get into it. Oh, here you go.
What do you think of the unreliable Parvati?
There's always something to fix, and it's neat working in the Aether. I always took Atmo for granted. Now, if I drill through the hull, we all suffocate. Exciting, you know?
I'm not sure I wanted to know that. Being in space sets me on edge enough.
You know about stellar emissions? Actually, I probably shouldn't tell you about those. I mean, not unless you want to know how we're all likely to get spacers lung.
Right. Okay. When we get back to the ship, I'm drinking this conversation right out of my recollection.
Now, Yoka, did you was like firing inside the ship? You was firing inside the ship. You are getting power. I don't know, Yoka. Like she was doing she was having a fire. She had a fire range inside the ship. You know, right. All right, so
some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
This is exactly what I mean.
You're anticipating it.
Look at
I'm
this.
Anticipating it. What if I shoot a friend on accident?
That's on account of your stance. You want to lean into it, embrace it, work with it. You're in control here, Parvati, not the gun. Don't let a hunk of metal jerk you around. You've been around powerful machinery all your life. You're always in control, right?
I guess that's kind of like when the filler's shooting 600 cans of near molten cell tuna down the conveyor while I'm trying to tune a belt.
Here, stand like me. Just so. Hip square. Lean forward a little. Just equipment, you're just an engineer using it. Ah! Okay. We'll try again later. You'll get it. I promise.
Our fuel cells are now primed with Alta Vitae gas. As the organics say, let us hope we do not explode in transit to the groundbreaker.
Let us hope. Yeah, Tortoise. We didn't go to Typhoon. And we haven't been on Terra 2 either. Have we? There's some planets we haven't visited yet.
The groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Thanks. So who should I bring today? Who should I bring? I haven't bring Ellie out in a while, so Yoko, sit back. Ellie, come with me. What do I see too? Uh-oh. Game crash. I'll be right back, guys. All right, game is back. Let's continue. Sorry about that. Had a lot of programs open in the background and ran out of memory, so things should be fine now. Hopefully there was the autosave, otherwise we got to do everything over again. All right. Well, it's not here. Oh, it's here.
Rizzo Spectrum Vodka. Aftertaste the rainbow.
It's almost time for today's episode of The Chairman's Children. Care to listen with me?
Oh, well, I didn't know you had that mission too, but since we're here, I want to ask you something.
What do you want, then? My hard-earned wisdom? That's right, dearie. The only independent station in the colony. That's us. Though for how long, I can't say. That all depends on Miss June Lay. The board can't abide a community that won't bend to its will.
Well, I know who's...
Chief June Lay... Hold on. You already met her. What are you asking me about her for? Bit straight-laced for my tastes, but that's just her nature. She's fierce, too. A fighter. And between you and me, I think the fight's starting to wear on her. Go right ahead, sweetheart. Oh, a little of this, a little of that. I buy and sell items that require discretion to dispose of. Knickknacks. Curios. I also knit throw pillows stuffed with the hair of famous tossball players. But that's more of a passion project.
So that's what that smell is.
Sometimes the hairs poke out between the seams, but I don't mind. That's what the law gave us matches for. But that's not what you wanted to talk about, is it, dear? Ask the common folk, and they'll tell you it's on account of all the monsters on Monarch desperate to gobble you up. Because that's what the board tells them, you see. I think they made some fool mistake that would make them look bad to the rest of the colony, and they're trying to hide the evidence. Those board folk are real prideful-like. Never want you looking behind the curtain, lest you see their derrieres. But old Gladys knows the score. The whole colony's not much more than a diorama, showcasing one board screw-up after another. That's why we gotta keep them from getting their grubby mitts on Groundbreaker. She's our mess. Probably. Every once in a while, claims he's Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
I'm not sure exactly. If I go to J... Ellie, since you're here, Let's get you a perk point. That smells nice. I like this one. Oh, and she has one more. I didn't. Well, let me save here. I'm not sure if this is how you're supposed to.
I think I heard something.
What do you think you're doing? You're free to go.
So it's not that. I think I already went in here already, right?
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Tossball finals are scheduled to air soon, but a scandal has rocked the league and thrown this pivotal game into question. Both teams have tested negative for performance-enhancing substances. Tossball first. Coaches and referees are debating how and if this behavior could lead to an unfair advantage. This has been Halcyon News, your only source for news in the Halcyon Colony.
So I don't know. I don't know actually. Well, I guess I'm gonna say we're not gonna do this one.
Gracious. I was just sitting down for tea. I think I got just the thing, my dear. A few years back, Auntie Cleo's put out a home makeover kit, and I snagged a couple for myself. High-grade shampoo and conditioner, scrubby brush, a nice lotion, that sort of thing. I still got 'em, too.
What's the scrubby brush for?
Cleaning around your nails, sweetheart. Gets the engine grease out. Makes your hands soft. Most folk don't got the time. Or bathtubs for such, me included. I'll let you have one on clearance. You want rosish, mock apple and cinnamon, or refurbished ship?
Oh, gosh. We never talked about what kind of smells she likes. I think pretty much every spot on Groundbreaker just smells like old socks.
It comes down to what sort of intent you got. If I was looking to do a spy job over in engineering, I'd be safe with refurbished ship. Now, if I was a young thing trying to come on all precious-like, I'd probably go with rosish. But if I was doing it for my own self, I'd pick mock apples and cinnamon.
I guess you could eeny, miny, moe it?
Take your time, dear. A lady's scent says a lot about her.
I guess I go with the engineer.
Like grit and grime covered over with cleaner, you mean? Well, that's a smell that means we're really going places.
I'll just wrap that up for you, since it's for a special occasion.
I'll pay for that, ma'am. Thanks for being so helpful.
You're welcome, dear. Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
All right, provided she finally got oh, I need to talk to you. You got your stuff.
Groundbreaker's safe from melting
I
to
think
bits
they're both
now.
the engineers, so
Lots of good people can rest easy because of you.
I guess I would talk. You know, interesting enough, she only mentioned that once, I think, or she never mentioned it. But let's find out about her.
That's on account of how I never met her. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception.
That's you mean?
It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Oh, thanks, Captain. I'm gonna put these someplace safe. In her messages, Junlei said her mama used to make this dish for Monarch. Dustback casserole. Saltuna and xenogold needle mushrooms. And then for dessert, there's a thing called, sweetheart cake. It's made with almond paste and wax gourds. There's gotta be some place in Stellar Bay that can bake a casserole. And I heard tell there's a Rizzo's town near there called Cascadia, what specializes in sweets.
We do it for you,
Captain. I know I'm asking an awful lot, but I'm sure it's gonna be worth it.
Yep. So that means we have to go back to Stellar Bay. Okay. Well.
This is Halcyon News.
You mind trying to have a moment here? Rufus and I are no longer on speaking terms. I don't know where he is, and if I did, I wouldn't tell you. That's Harlow's mark, no mistake. Guess he's not letting this one go. I don't want any manner of harm befalling Rufus. Not on my account. All right, you made your point. Rufus is hiding out in Emerald Vale. Got a few friends with him. That's as much as I know.
We're just gonna leave it there. Again, just move the story along.
C&P near maple syrup. It's near this complete recipe.
That gas is going to make us a fucking mint. 120-some cubic meters of it, at 1,000,000 bits a pop. Take this. You've earned it. When we get buyers lined up, I'm gonna buy a gold toilet to shit in.
Yeah. Oh, you need 100 on guy.
You're goddamn right. Monarch isn't exactly a walk down the lanes of Byzantium. But here you are with all your limbs attached. Call me impressed, contractor. No one you saw, anyway. Glad to see you're looking out for yourself. You've been keeping busy. I hear you took on some extra work at Fallbrook. Catherine sounds pleased as a pig in shit over cornering the Borst markets. Hey,
When you were at the slaughterhouse, those swine didn't give you any strange looks, did they? I'm probably getting worked up over nothing. Just try not to think about pigs. You never know, you know? I've got a lot on my mind, but it's nothing that concerns you. At least, not yet. I have another job lined up, assuming you're still interested in work. You're gonna salvage me a space station. Heliospheric Research Station 1084, to be exact. I want it. Cobwebs and all. Interested?
How big we talking? Not like groundbreaker big, right?
This opportunity won't come around again, Captain.
I thought it was towards the end, but I guess not. Yeah, how did it become salvage?
Right now, it's only salvage on paper. Systems and comms have gone dark. Poke around if you're curious why. While the board lets 1084 gather dust, you're gonna swoop in and plant Sublight's flag. Perfectly legit, perfectly legal.
Alright, seems easy.
Here, this override bypass should get you into the station's systems where you can plant my flag. And one last thing. When you get there, make sure you aren't followed. We wouldn't want that.
Yeah, I could see.
Both. Neither. Right now, it's safer if I keep you in the dark. I'm on the heels of something big. Play your cards right and I'll clue you in, but right now, I'm not sure who I can trust. Just be careful. Someone might try and use you to get to me.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. So, is anything else? Let's go back to... Well, let's go to Stellar Bay.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
Yeah. You always say that.
We're now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain.
Miss Ellie, Dr. Finhill. I noticed your pistol's been making a funny noise.
What are you talking about? I oil it every night.
Well, look here. Your slide's not recoiling fully. You might be due for a new spring. I could take a look, maybe fix it for you.
Sure. I'm short on bits at the moment, but I'll pay you back.
Oh, no. I mean, it don't cost nothing. I got a spare spring in my pocket here, even.
Everything's got a price.
Not for providing.
Whoa, by the stars, my poor heart. I just about pissed my jumpsuit. Most people don't. Besides, this place is enough to try anyone's nerves. Where should I begin? With the oversized mantisaurs? Or perhaps the rap spewing acid at our walls? The board was right. This place isn't fit for human habitation, and I was a fool for staying. Sanjar, of course. He had all these glorious ideas about how he'd run Monarch. Rest periods between every work shift. No shift more than 10 hours long. It all sounds wonderful, until you realize there's only a few centimeters of repurposed steel between you and the deadliest creatures in the galaxy. I'm not even finished. Add that to the supply shortages, thanks to being cut off by the board, and I dare say we're no better off than the lowliest Spacer's Choice enclave. Only every day. But in case you haven't noticed, we don't exactly get ships on a regular basis, yours notwithstanding. And even if I did scrape together enough to buy passage out with sublight, which would mean reaching Fallbrook without getting eaten, shot, or dissolved into green goop, what then? Well, thank you for reminding me. As if I weren't already destined for an early grave. That was a real popular meal 10, 20 years back, before the board tucked tail and ran. These days, everybody's had a belly full of salt tuna. They all want borscht. And the mushrooms, well, not many venture out of town, what with the monsters
so we got to
hereabouts.
go get some food.
I can whip one up for you, but it'll cost. Here's a menu.
Oh, yikes. I can't cover this much, Captain.
You got it. I got all the ingredients. Should only take about an hour in the oven. There we are. Now, if you don't mind, I really need to take a leak.
My belly's gurgling just to smell it, Mr. Raymond. Thank you so much.
A pleasure to help such a charming young lady.
Oh, gosh, my tum's rumbling just smelling that casserole.
You better be happy there, Parvati. Just dropped 3,000 bits on that thing.
Is there a mistake? Want another fight in me?
All right, let's get out of here. Oh, we got to talk to Parvati.
The dustback casserole Mr. Raymond made smells incredible. Oh, I kind of want to take a little taste. But
Me
I'm gonna
too.
be strong. Now look how cute these cakes from Cascadia are. Someone even traced little hearts in them. I guess that settles dinner. Thanks for hauling me all over creation, Captain. Well, I was gonna, but then it hit me. I got this nice meal all planned out with music, and I got that soap to scrub up with, but I don't got nothing nice to wear, Captain.
Come on, Pavati. All right. You're fine as you are.
I'm fine for overhauling an engine, maybe. There's this place I heard of in Byzantium, Czolgosz's haberdashery. I bet I could find something nigh on perfect at a place like that.
All right.
Thanks, Captain. I know I've been asking a lot, but you help me out every time. You're the best.
Because I love you, Pavati. You're my favorite person on this. One of my favorites.
If you stop in the engine room, would you ask Parvati to send Sam down to the bridge?
Oh, what happened there, Ada? What's going on? What's there? What's the matter? You sound depressed. Parvati, where are you? Yoker, Felix.
I don't know that you should be listening to those serials with Felix. They give you funny ideas about human mechanical relationships that I can't explain. Come to see Sam? Oh, sweetie ya? Here, I was just leaving. You think I could hire myself out to ships in need someday? Be my own mechanic, like how Ellie's her own doctor? I wonder sometimes. Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was. Except for my schooling years, I was always beside him. Or tied to him. He used to carry me about in a sling when I was real little. When I got older, he set me to sorting tools and parts while he worked. Later, he taught me simple fixes like busted crate latches. Not on the regular. Once in a great long while, a Saltuna boat would break down on the pad. He'd always bring me along for those. Mostly, he did the same as me. Kept Bess, the cannery, running. Turned loaders, plumbing and electricity, some plastering. I never got the hang of that. He meant funny as in odd. It's not normal for anyone to
Yeah, I
do
was
this
kind
in
of.
maintenance. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us. Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling.
All right.
Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. I made a little grunt when I squeezed. Oh, I miss him, sure enough. But he's a fond memory. I was right beside him when he passed, holding his hand. Talking about him makes me smile. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh. Look at the time. Sorry to bend your ears so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
All right. Thanks, Pravati. It was nice to hear about
Issuing
your
sanitation ticket. Error. Refill printer paper.
Good work, Sam.
Thank you. Customer, Sam. We guarantee it's the only sanitation and maintenance unit you'll ever need.
All right, back to work. Okay, so let's go speak to Ada. Ada, I know it's been a while, but what's...
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
So you just...
Take care. I require a functioning captain to run the ship.
So, what's up with this mission? Prize doesn't... But is it that I've not accessed the Byzantine yet? Maybe that's why. All right, well, if that's the case,
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
yeah, I remember this place. Yeah.
Incoming!
Boss, did you see that?
Yeah, good job, man.
Attacking!
Oh, that's the last of him.
How am I supposed to get here? Ah, these guys. Alright, go get this primal.
You want some of this?
Yeah, you guys are no match for me. Jesus.
I don't know who you are or why you're prowling around here, but I'm willing to make a guess. You're one of Harlow's gun hands, ain't you? He sent you after me. Yeah, of course he did. Thing is, you and I are at an impasse. Harlow wants me dead, and I've got no intention of dying. How do I know that I can trust you?
Yeah.
Yeah, guess that's a fair point. Listen, I don't know what lies Harlow's dripped down your ear, but you'd be a fool to trust him. I never betrayed Harlow. Harlow betrayed all of us. The board's got him in their pocket, been paying him off for years. All that palaver about revolutions? It's a lie.
You're a real piece of work, Trask. Not just a turncoat, but a liar, too.
Go piss up a rope, kid. I've got nothing to prove to you. That's the whole truth. Harlow's just another board asset. A two-bit mercenary wearing a dissident's clothes. Yeah, I've got proof. There's always a paper trail when the board's involved. I chanced upon some correspondence between Harlow and his employer. I don't know that it makes a difference. What was I to do with that evidence? Bring it in front of the board? There's no authority in Halcyon willing to take Harlow to task. I squandered my chance. If I were a more patient man, I might have confronted Harlow, evidence in hand. But I got in his face, and we came to blows. I hid my papers before Harlow chased me out. Back in the middle of the base, there's an old vent in a utility corridor. I stashed my evidence in that vent. Because he's for sale. Anything the board can buy, the board will buy. And that includes loyalty. Harlow was a charismatic bastard, and he was ruthless. With Harlow in their pocket, the board had an informant, a pirate, a smuggler, and a gang leader all rolled up into one odious excuse for a human being. Sounds like a deal to me. Board-sanctioned piracy. Harlow went after the ships the board wanted destroyed, capturing anybody the board wanted captured. If we captured you, we'd ransom you. Harlow liked to do the job himself. Gather up the captives on his own ship, vanish for a couple of days. Only that's not what happened. Harlow's been selling his captives off to the board. I don't know where they ended up. Re-education, Tartarus. maybe worse.
All right, I heard enough.
Take it you've made up your mind. You gonna tell Harlow I'm dead? May as well. I'm never going back to that life again. Here, take the ring. And for what it's worth, my gratitude.
All right. Let's see about this. Let's see about this evidence. If this evidence comes out to be not
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they
what I think it is, then we dispatch them. We'll come back and dispatch them.
Crew members Ellie and Max are engaged in a heated discussion in the kitchen.
Let's see.
Max. Maximilian. Vicar. Vicky.
Yes?
Aw, this is no fun anymore.
That was it.
Destination reached. Scylla.
It showed both of them on the map, so I'm not quite sure if it's by any chance on Skilla or maybe it's not here. It's sometimes the markers are kind of confusing.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix,
Yeah.
they're sharing a drink upstairs.
Where's the evidence? Okay. Let's go grab the evidence. If the evidence is not legit, we'll come back and take out. Did on the outside of the ship? Like saying there's a few more meters. There you go. Now let's see. Was it quest? Oh, wow. Does it say anything? Well, they're legit. Okay, so Hello. It's time for you to answer for this.
What's the word? Not surprised. Trask was a dead man trying to negotiate with his own executioner. He'd say anything to preserve his life. That's a damning accusation. Am I right to presume you have some evidence on hand? Those papers don't prove a thing. We've all done business with the board. They own the whole damn colony. Trask put you up to this. That miserable wretch. He's trying to undermine everything I stand for. You've got a lot of nerve calling me a liar to my face. How should I know? What the hell do I care? Trask was a traitor. I didn't ask you to understand his motives. I asked you to cross him off.
Clyde, look me in the eye and tell me it's not true. Tell me, and I'll believe you.
Don't talk to me like I'm some common criminal, Felix. You're the one on trial, not me. I don't know what kind of poison that snake dripped in your ear, but as far as I'm concerned, you've been compromised.
Heads up, boss!
Yeah, let's go.
I see you now. Sorry. Ah!
Toss ball, pig! You like that?
Okay. He attacked me. That solves that problem. Oh, whoa.
I'm on it.
Just to kill.
Oh, that's the last of him.
He pulled out his gun. Hey. Now, let's see here. Is Felix, you okay now? Big Felix on the ship. Oh. Oh no, wait a minute.
What was that? What was that?
Captain, look out!
Go on, Felix!
You got it, Captain! Leave him to me!
I didn't know I gave you a flamethrower.
I'm on it!
Attacking!
Let's go. He attacked me, and I.
Crew members Ellie and Max are engaged in a heated discussion in the kitchen.
Yeah, well, actually, they're not, but.
Hey, Max.
Yes. This is definitely not how I imagined it'd end. The void's black, water's wet, and Clyde hated the board. That's something I just knew. Now? I don't know. I don't know what to think.
Yeah.
I've just got a lot on my mind right now. This is a lot to take in. I always looked up to Clyde. The thought that he could be an agent of the board is just abhorrent to me. Yeah, he did. And I'm not sure how I'm gonna get over that. No kidding. I'm glad you keep the kitchen stocked. You've given me a lot to think about. I'm gonna be mulling over this whole mess for a couple of days. Part of me wishes we'd put Trask in the ground. You know, I think that's just my frustration talking.
We actually
Thanks
did.
for your time, boss.
Did you see how he put out the gun on me?
We've reached HRS-1084, Captain. It's emitting a very weak docking signal. I almost mislabeled it as normal etheric static.
So hopefully everything is okay. We're not, you know who I'm gonna want to take? Not you, Felix. Take Sam.
Please check battery levels before initiating an extended sanitization session.
Blah, blah, blah.
Captain, I've been attempting to contact you with urgent news. However, communicational functionality was impaired due to the power outage.
What's going on, Ada?
A UDL vessel has been tracking our position and just recently docked with the station. They are patching into the station's transmission lines now. I cannot stop.
I've been waiting for this day since we tagged your ship in Cascadia, Captain. So glad we finally have this opportunity. My ship is docked with 1084. There's no escape. I think not. The refueling system at Cascadia's landing pad logged your ship ID. You've been poking your nose into restricted locations. This makes my superiors unhappy. I could peel your ship open like a can of forest. But I'm in a sporting mood.
sublight? Ugh. I hate it when you outlaws organize. The paperwork for killing you would be the death of me. That's kind of you to ask, but we have a tight schedule. It's open season on trespassers. Squad, I'm ordering a recall. There's a misspelling on our orders that ought to be corrected. On the double.
The UDL gunship is undocking from the station. They appear to be departing into space.
My dad used to say words have power. You proved him true.
That was super easy.
Cleans it up. Cycle complete.
I don't need it. I don't care about the board. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry. Seems like it's here, but can't get through that door. I could do this, but all right, so let's go ahead and do that.
Muting volume now.
How does this help me? Hey, you got up here. This doesn't help me at all. Let's bring out best hacking people.
Clinic investigating.
Dirt alert! Dirt alert!
Our victory is their defeat.
I don't think we could get in there. We're probably gonna skip this mission. I don't know. Harry went to
proximity analysis. External fill sterilization measures employed. Caution, contact with electrical currents can be lethal to customers.
That's okay. Oh yeah. What's 49? Oh. That was strange.
Science in action is both a marvelous and terrifying thing to behold. In this case, however, I'd say it's more the latter. Sublight will be well pleased that you've claimed the station for them. Myself, I'll be fine leaving this place. Chartrand. Sounds awfully familiar. That was the scientist from Cascadia, right?
Whatever it is, we out. Yes, I'm speeding through this because side missions.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
Some side missions, not really. I might actually end up only do Parvati's one and call it a day, but let's see. So we're going back Groundbreaker. This one's a bit confusing because apparently it doesn't tell me where to go get it. But let's move the story along. Maybe it's a part of the story that's not opened up yet, or an area that's not opened up yet.
We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain.
Yep.
And we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you?
I'm sorry, I wouldn't have listened to that, but who have we not taken out so far? I guess Nyoka could come.
Like to do the...
Hello? Can you hear me? I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself. Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since... in fact, I've never had a visitor.
Is this our first time meeting him in person since we left?
I'd clap you on the shoulder if I weren't behind a wall of bulletproof glass. I don't know how you did it, but Hiram Blythe just sent me everything I needed. According to Hiram's message, Minister Clark has ordered a suspicious amount of dimethyl sulfoxide. It's almost as if he's hoarding the colony's remaining supply. Typical elitist, hoarding supplies during a time of scarcity. Once I have those chemicals, we can revive the Hope's colonists and put some decent people in charge. So, good news. You're going to Byzantium and stealing those chemicals. Exciting. If I had time and several blackboards, I could explain the details to you, but to put it briefly, Dimethyl sulfoxide is the reason you're alive today. The chemical is absolutely essential to reviving the Hope's colonists. I need you to steal as much as you possibly can. The more, the better. If you don't bring me enough chemicals, I might not be able to save the Hope's colonists, and then nothing will stop the board from destroying this colony.
Aye, aye, sir.
Ah, yes, the details. I'm not about to ask you to rampage through Byzantium trading bullets with the board's agents. We'll have to resort to subterfuge. Carmen Imagawa. She's my contact in Byzantium. Meet her at the docks. She'll have all the necessary intelligence you require. I'm giving you my old nav key to Byzantium. You'll need it to land in the Golden City. Remember, you're looking for dimethyl sulfoxide. Big green bubbling vessel with a warning label. I'll take as much as you can find. Something about being discontinued due to severe adverse reactions. It's fine. You'll be stealing the chemicals, not ingesting them. You can trust her if that's what you're asking. Imagawa is the finest special agent in Byzantium that money can buy. My money, anyway. Of course, of course. What's on your mind? Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured, but from a safe distance. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper. Absolutely. Let's talk. No, and I've been trying very hard to avoid making eye contact.
Nice to meet you, Dr. Wells. I'm Parvati Holcomb.
Wait, not another word. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to know who you are. Let's just enjoy our plausible deniability while it lasts, shall we? Why don't you just invite the entire colony to my secret, carefully concealed laboratory? It isn't as if I wanted privacy. Oh, fine. As long as you're vouching for their character and they aren't touching things. For what it's worth, I am pleased that you found a crew, such as they are. You're a natural leader, after all. Law knows Halcyon's in need of real leaders. Yes, indeed. Well done. Also, you still haven't spontaneously liquefied, which pleases me immensely. Progress. Of course, I'll be here, as usual.
Damn, this base. Alright, we'll probably go to Byzantine, and I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot of side missions in Byzantine.
A reminder to all crew members, there is only one toilet on the ship. Captain, I wish to offer my commendations for convincing the UDL's gunship to leave HRS-1084. I did not favor the idea of being stripped and sold for parts.
You're welcome.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Alright, so I
understand we have decided to continue supporting the outlaw scientist, Dr. Phineas Wells.
Yes.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? I'll be here.
All right, so let's just go.
Can we talk?
Sure. Who's this? I'm talking to Ellie.
Since we're in Byzantium, there's something I've been meaning to do. I haven't actually talked to my folks in a while. Shocking, right? Anyway, it's probably about time I paid them a visit. Given the dangerous life I lead, they've got to be worried sick. Which brings us to where we are today, several messages and a few years late. See, I'm originally from Byzantium, born and raised. I know that probably comes as a big surprise.
Really? Never would have guessed.
This is why I have to see them. They'll hardly recognize me. Oh, well, I was thinking you'd come too? Great. And when we get there, draw out your rough edges a bit. If you've got an outfit you haven't washed in a while, maybe one with some blood stains, wear that one.
All right, trying to rebel against your family, huh?
You're the boss. Anything else?
Nope. Yeah, what you can tell me about Byzantine?
It's like one of those stuffy art gallery pieces. Looks okay from far off, but once you get close, you realize it's just some mismatched shit everyone's agreed to overpay for. Even the bribes are overpriced.
Yeah, why did you leave?
The real question is, why didn't I leave sooner? There's all these invisible rules, and everyone spends all their energy just trying not to break them.
It's called society.
Call it what you want, it sucks. I was a top-tier surgeon, but I could hardly open a pack of gauze without 10 people signing off first. That's no way to live. People call Byzantium the jewel of Halcyon, but really, it's just paste. Everything's polished and bureaucracy. Take a close look and you'll see it's deader than anywhere else in the colony. Don't trust anyone, don't touch anything, and whatever you do, don't show your teeth when you smile.
Why not?
People are extremely competitive about cosmetic dentistry. It can get ugly. Interesting like a colonoscopy. I trained as a surgeon. More my folks' idea than mine, but I made the best of it.
And sounds like they
Lots of them, unfortunately. I even sculpted a few. Turns out Byzantines are more concerned with having square shoulders and a good profile than, well, anything else.
All right, so pretentious, uptight. Okay, got it. Hello.
What did I tell you? His down with the man shtick was just an act. No one who yammers that much means half of it. Just as long as you expect it from everyone, you'll always see it coming. Don't get all mushy on me now. Come on, what did we just learn? People look out for their own interests. It's a fundamental law of nature, same as gravity and conservation of motion. Sure I can. In fact, I bet you I live a lot longer.
Okay.
I'm warning you, that reverse psychology stuff doesn't work on me.
Yeah.
are worse things than a little solitude. Anyway, you really want to tell me you're helping the scientist because you think he'll save the colony? And here I thought I'd seen it all. This galaxy must be bigger than I'd thought. Enough about Harlow, though. Anything else?
I don't know what that means. Okay, never mind. So we gotta take Pravati and LA. Cause Pravati, we need to go get that stuff for which we actually do first. Let's go get that thing for you. Fancy outfits that way. Was definitely not Terror 2. Retiree. How did we get in here?
Why can't something exciting happen around here for once?
Nothing wrong with stability. It means everything's running like clockwork.
Wealthy citizen. Okay, now it's different.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! The million-bit smile? How'd you like to make it worth 10 million? Kid, you got presence. Natural magnetism. Know what I mean? There's those street smarts. Just the right amount of rough around the edges. Next time, we'll have you say that over the rim of a Trippistout. Product placement, baby. Listen, you got an agent? Some kind of representation? Fresh, natural talent. I know it when I see it. Listen, you got a real special quality, raw energy. I see you in pictures, kid.
You see me in pictures? Yes, sir. What you want from?
I'm making a feature, Space Pirates of Moros Prime. It's gonna be a hit, but we still need a star, and I think you got the chops.
Ah! Captain! You're gonna be in pictures!
Already got an entourage, huh? Way to get ahead of the game. So what do you say? You ready for the chance of a lifetime?
Nah, that might be in, you know, I'm trying to live on the down low, so.
Anti-Cleo's level head. Feeling a little off balance?
According to local legend, if you walk around the orrery 3 times, your corporate rival will die of a paper cut.
You think I'd get arrested if I climbed up on that to get a look at the gearings?
Nah, probably just shot.
I've always loved that sculpture.
You, with the hips. Over here. Let me take a closer look at you. Don't speak. Hold that posture for a moment while I admire you. You have a natural contrapposto, my dear. The way you rest your weight against your hip suggests a certain rugged
hey,
charisma
Ghost Sweet Sergeant.
possessed
Hey,
only by
thanks
the
for
mighty
stopping by. How you doing,
primal
buddy?
and the well-traveled spacer. Splendid.
It's doing okay.
I love
Been
it.
streaming for a couple hours. Thanks, man. Look. Yeah, I am. I just hit Byzantine. I just unlocked the planet. And now I'm gonna get bombarded with a lot of side missions because it's another planet. Yeah. I think I like you. I think I already put in so far how many hours? I put 3 hours in Monarch because that was the longest mission or the level. Roughly 10 hours now so far. Yeah, you can tell by the standing.
Your walk, your posture, the cut of your clothes. You carry yourself with the bearing of a noble, but you dress like a barbarian. How deliciously outre. I'm Celeste Jolicoeur, and you, my dear, are exactly what Byzantium needs.
I'm actually, I don't know if you want spoilers, but this is a side mission for providing.
I'm an artist, darling, not a tweed merchant. I don't sell things. I pollinate the world with art. I'm working on a new line of clothing that will shock this city to its core, and I'd like your help. What do you say, my dear? Care to make history with me?
Sounds like fun. Yeah, you just met me.
Everything I need to know can be deduced from a first impression. You're an outsider. You're exotic. You carry a whiff of barbarism and adventure. You're the embodiment of everything I want in my new line.
As long as I get paid for this. What you have in mind?
When I look at you, I see the very embodiment of everything the walls of Byzantium were built to keep out. Making an outfit worthy of you won't be easy. I'll need your help gathering the right materials.
All right, I'll help you out.
Marvelous! You and I are gonna wake this city up like a cold splash of wine to the face. What I need is a survey of the outside world. What does the common laborer wear? How do the wild-eyed madmen of Monarch dress themselves? I've heard rumors, but I require samples. Also, I expect you to model for me.
Yeah, I'll be
Oh, you cad! You'll be the talk of Byzantium once I'm done with you. I'll need you to model for me the following: the apparel of an iconoclast, the armor of a marauder, and a full ensemble of spacer gear, helmet included. And when I say spacer gear, I mean an outfit worn by real spacers. None of that garbage spacer's choice pedals. You have the bearing and demeanor of a born model. You're going to absolutely murder this job.
Yeah.
I expect you'll cut an exquisite figure. What else do you need to know?
Yeah. I don't know about doing this side quest because I got rid of all my suits, all of my armor. I got everybody armored up already by this point. I don't know how the iconoclast, I wiped them out. So where I'm gonna get the clothes from? Yeah, well, you can keep this in mind in case you get to this point. The iconoclast mission, there's 3 ways you can end that story quest, and I ended it the wrong way. And I had to wipe them out. I was so, if you watch my previous video, if you look for it, I was so disappointed. Yeah, because I didn't know. I thought if you see the previous video, man, I was so disappointed. Yeah, I think it's towards the end of the last playthrough I did was, I think it was 13. Yeah, where am I?
I've heard rumors of these iconoclasts, half-mad zealots rampaging across the surface of Monarch.
Yeah.
You'll have to find your own way into Monarch. I can't help you. Even if I could, I prefer not to interfere with your creative process.
You know what I'm thinking is happening here, Ghost, is that I think I was supposed to come here first, then do Monarch. Or should I? Because I could get into Monarch, actually. Yeah, she's confusing me a bit. I'm not sure if this is supposed to happen before or after. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna complete this quest. Yeah.
Fabulous! I can't wait to see what you dredge up.
I'm hoping it quote unquote puts a marker. If it puts a marker, then yeah. If there's no marker, I think I'm gonna pass. Only because I want to beat this game. Yeah, so I'm doing this for Pavati.
You don't gotta be so forward about my reasons, Captain.
Let me get a good look at you. Turn around, please, darling. My word, such muscular shoulders. You're a vision, dear.
I am no such thing, ma'am.
Nonsense, you're absolutely lovely. Chin up now. I have just the thing for you. Let me do a back-of-the-envelope calculation. Materials, labor, licensing and copyright. There.
6,000. Let me see if I can bring that money down. 6,000. Let me see if I can bring it down. She's an engineer. You think she can afford that? She needs to impress her true love.
Love? That's the ultimate luxury, darling. Love. Oh, gracious me.
I don't get why that's funny, ma'am.
Oh, my cherub. Who woos for love anymore? That's so precious. All right, Captain. Here is the absolute best I can do for you.
Okay, that's good enough. Yeah. Hold up. Did you measure her?
Darling, do I look like an amateur? I read her measurements by eye. And don't you ask, because they're no one's business but her own.
All right.
There are some things I simply cannot skip on, darling. Such a lovely young lady deserves the best. Now stand back. Back. I'll enter the settings and get these machines spinning. You'll be broke to bespoke in merely an hour.
I want to see how Parvati looks. Did she get the outfit on?
And there we are, my darling girl. I wish you a splendiferous evening. And if you don't mind my asking, have you any interest in modeling?
What? Oh, no, ma'am. All them eyes staring at me? I couldn't. No way, no how. I get scared just thinking on it.
I wish you weren't so shy, my Violet. You truly are beautiful. I hope your date sees that as clearly as I.
Spacey gear, Mike.
If I were an enterprising spacer in need of a wardrobe, I'd probably head to the Groundbreaker.
Alright, Groundbreaker, sorry. And more other gear probably could get while I'm down at Monarch. Let's see what.
For you, anything.
Yeah, what did you mean?
Byzantium has lost its élan vital. Everything about this city is so dreadfully stale. I want to make people uncomfortable the way you do. You're an outsider. You clearly don't belong in Byzantium, and yet you strut about, doing as you please.
Yeah, the question I have with this is that, well, I'm actually trying to revive the colonists so we could dethrone the board. You know, so I'm kind of torn between why should I even care about doing this particular mission to have Byzantine. You know what? Yeah, I mean, personally, when I become in power, I'm like the chairman. There's gonna be a whole different new rules, and they won't be wealthy and poor. Everybody's just gonna be equal. Thanks, Ghost, for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I really do. It's nice that I've been streaming for the past couple of days, and some people have been stopping by, and I've been joining other people's streams and watching their content, and so it's really nice to see some of that karma getting paid back to me. So I really appreciate it for stopping by. I really do. And you tell your dog I said hi. Like a woof. All right. Hopefully he doesn't smell my cat here. Oh, my cat is nowhere here. Well, usually he hangs with me, but he's probably in the living room.
I'm not some common buttonmonger, darling. I'm an artist. It's my job to make you uncomfortable.
Nice.
Outside Byzantium?
You too.
Of course
Thank you very much.
There's nothing for me outside Byzantium. Yes, and I'm terribly grateful you've agreed. Look, darling, I don't belong outside Byzantium any more than a fish belongs on the land. Anyway, I'm quite certain Byzantium wouldn't last 3 days without me. I'd return to a smoking ruin of hideous fabrics and mismatched colors.
So I've been thinking I probably would
You're very welcome.
do this quest only for the sake of if I could get paid. I'll probably do it for that, but I don't know how. Well, first I want to go into inventory and see. Parvati, can you get? Did she give us the clothes? Okay, she did. Let's see how you look. Where is it? Where is it? That's not it. Is this it? No. Is that it? Is this what you're gonna wear? You gonna try me? The hat doesn't look right. Can we get this off? I mean, this looks nice. I don't know, Parvati. Well, we'll see when you go meet your date. Hopefully, it looks a lot better than that.
Oh, can you believe this outfit? It's so handsome, I'm almost afraid to touch it. Well, I guess that's everything then. After all this time, I just have to actually do it now. You know, there's a part Junlei's been looking for to fix up the air cyclers. They only carried them on big colony ships.
What? We still got more to do.
I know. For a while, it felt like everything I did was a little bit of help. And it meant I didn't have to ask her to be mine. Not yet. Not for real. Next time we dock with Groundbreaker, I'm doing it. I'll send June a message and ask her over. Oh, this is real scary, Captain. I'm grateful for all you done.
I would have done that one more part for you. I would have done it.
I love Byzantium. Where else are you going to find art? Culture.
The best find this way. Go. Citizens, today marks a monumentous occasion in the course of Halcyon history.
Another reason
they look fancy, but inside, marble and existence.
another reason I'll probably do that model thing is because, well, I need money to run this place, right? So, but let me check my inventory, see how much bits I'm back. I've still got a good chunk of change.
There's my parents' place. Smell that? Industrial grade cleaning solvent and desperation.
Alright. Wow.
Marilyn, is that you?
Oh,
We certainly didn't expect to see you like this.
Her mom.
And I didn't expect
no,
you
she
to renew your
doesn't.
marriage contract.
Her face
But
looks
we're
so
all
familiar.
full of surprises today, aren't we? Speaking of surprises, you should meet my new friend. We've been running around the system for a while now, stirring up all sorts of trouble.
I'd do that for her.
There you go again, Captain. Always menacing polite society. Anyway, you're probably wondering where I've been all this time.
Not exactly.
The last few years have been a bloody haze. You wouldn't believe the messes we've gotten ourselves into. Right?
You made your point. Can we just get this over with? Indeed, we saved towns, destroyed property across. Hey. Yeah, let's do that.
Are you trying to make me look bad?
No.
Marilyn, this really isn't the best time. Perhaps you should go.
I mean, we had other business in Byzantium, so it's not like we went out of our way. But you can't just kick us out. We'll stay as long as we like. And while we're at it, we'll drink your expensive hooch, wear our outside shoes all over your nice floors. Just a second. You had the floors redone with real Terran marble? Since when can you afford that?
That's what we've been trying to tell you, dear, but you must understand, we hadn't heard from you in ages.
We thought you were dead. I'm not dead. I just never wanted to talk to you again.
I'm afraid the distinction was lost on us, darling.
Listen quietly.
What did you do?
Why, we did what any grieving parents would do. We collected on your life insurance policy.
Oh.
And the payouts have been rather substantial.
You what?
Yeah?
Of course. And we shall always harbor that joyful secret deep within our hearts.
And you'll report it to the insurance company, right?
It's not that simple. For one thing, we'd have to cut back on so many necessities. The neighbors would be sure to notice.
That's the other problem.
We had to explain your disappearance somehow.
We couldn't very well tell people you'd run off to become a miscreant, could we? Shh! Someone could hear you.
We concocted a story about Celeste Jolly-Curl designing a pair of 12-inch heels for you.
One of a kind, naturally.
That led to your tragic death when you tripped and broke your neck.
It was quite the story. People were talking about it for weeks.
Couldn't you have at least made up a better story? Something with pirates or raptidons? And what are you gonna do now that we're here?
Yes, about that. We were just about to ask you to, leave.
Quietly, if you don't mind.
Nope.
She hasn't changed a bit, I see.
That's it? You just want us to disappear now?
Marilyn, please.
Don't cause a scene.
Let's just get out of here, Captain. Fine. I'm gone. forever this time.
Ellie. I just want to see something. I just want to see something. I wanted to shoot them, but they're your family and you might get mad at me.
I've done plenty of smuggling runs, but this thing with the chemicals is bold. Can you believe those two? We'd hardly been there a minute and they turned us out like yesterday's garbage. I thought they'd be scandalized. They'd both be sitting there watching one of their vapid aetherwave dramas, and then we'd walk in. Mother would drop her mock apple cider, and the glass would shatter all over their overpriced marble. Father would tear off his glasses and blink open-mouthed.
And then what?
I'd have a great one-liner in the tube. I was thinking either, the leather's fake but the scars are real, or, oops, did I just track awesome onto your rug?
How about?
Yeah, I'm gonna use that one day. Now, getting back to my story. Father would throw his hands up, because this would be just like me, to come back and make a big scene. Then Mother would do the old, "You had us worried sick." Her eyes would be red and she'd have her fist in front of her mouth to stifle a sob.
Hey, chin up your business.
I'm not hurt. I'm outraged. Affronted even. I just didn't want to get booted out of the house I grew up in like that. It's embarrassing, you know. And I've got a reputation to maintain. I'm used to rough situations. Like when someone loads your pistol with blanks and strands you in a marauder moonbase, or traps you in an airlock with an angry mantis worm.
Damn.
But I want to talk about me now. Unless you mean the kind who'll look out for you to blink so they could swipe your bits. The galaxy's not exactly crawling with those. Anyway, I don't want to sift through this lousy experience for meaningful life lessons. I'm mad, and I want to do something about it. Something like... Wait a second. What if I could get that money?
Keep talking.
I could open a new account, designate that account holder as a sole beneficiary. All the payouts would go to me. I'll make money without doing a thing. And I'll get to cut them off. My policy is with the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group. They have an office in Byzantium. Maybe you could use some of your people skills to help me set up a dummy beneficiary account. If that doesn't work, I'm sure we can find one of their terminals and do it ourselves.
All right, let's go. All right, before we do that, let's go to dialogue. Let's start persuade. Let's start some points in here. There you go. Let's get some points in there. We're close to 100. That should be enough to do our people's skills.
You take real good care of your pistol, Dr. Fenhill.
I oughta. Kept me alive this long.
I mean, you treat it nice. Makes me happy to see, because I feel the same way about my wrench.
Look, it's a tool that does a job. Feelings got nothing to do with it.
I'm afraid I can't come down anymore, my good man.
Spacer's Choice 2-hour
The
energy
dissidents
burn.
actually
Watch out for hour 3. Anti-chaos antibiotics.
Down there.
Be comforted in knowing that anything antibiotics cannot stop will probably kill you
But what
quickly.
would they be doing here? And how did they ever get permission to land?
Perhaps we'll finally get some excitement after all.
They talking about me, man.
I guess we're going to Fallbrook.
Oh, this where the insurance company is? Oh, let's see. All right. No.
If I spit, think I can hit that mechanical down there?
You'll get in trouble.
No, I won't. I'll blame it on you. Wouldn't it be something to see her?
All right, so we're gonna go see Phoenix's contact, which is here. Hey,
Do you mind? I'm meeting someone. Shh. No names, okay? The Phoenix is a wanted man, and the board has eyes everywhere in Byzantium. Yeah, you're looking to make contact with Minister... Magpie, right? I should warn you, it won't be easy. He spends most of his time in his estate, which is heavily guarded. Afraid not. He almost never leaves his home, and his guards never leave him.
Can't say I blame him. It's scary out of doors. I mean, can you even count how many times we've been shot at?
What work specialists, huh? Our mutual friend is really branching out. Whoa, I'm not one of your B&E specialists. I just provide intelligence. Some of the guards hang around Billingsley's House of Inebriation between shifts.
That place is still open? I used to study there during medical school.
Maybe you could do some reconnaissance there. You know, swipe a key while nobody's looking.
okay, thanks for the tip.
Just remember, you didn't hear it from me. I've always been fascinated by birds. If you ever research Earth species, there are thousands of them, so colorful and distinct.
Here we got 11 flavors of terror rays and not much else. That kind of variety? I mean, gosh, seems almost impossible.
The other thing about birds, though, is their environmental indicators.
Meaning?
When the birds start disappearing, you know something's afoul. No pun intended.
Yeah, enough with the birds.
Fine. I started thinking about everything we see around Halcyon, and all the things we don't see.
Like, what?
For starters, you rarely come across anyone living in Byzantium who wasn't born here. even though we get ships in all the time.
Trust me, anyone with a lick of sense gets out of here as soon as possible.
But most people don't. In fact, most people stay exactly where they start. Doesn't that seem strange to you?
It does.
And then there's the way nothing gets fixed. There used to be a suggestion box around here. People would drop ideas in. Nothing ever came of them, of course.
That's not right.
I mean, there's a shredder at the bottom of the box, so I don't know what you'd expect to happen. But one day the shredder broke. No one came to fix it, and since it wasn't working, we didn't have anywhere to file our complaints. So you can imagine how messy things got.
I bet your repair folks couldn't find parts. Back in Edgewater, I'd have to take something apart just to put another thing back together.
Might have been the paperwork. Here, you have to append forms to your forms, and law help you if there's a single dash out of place.
Yeah. And?
At first, management put up an out-of-order sign, but that just seemed to worry people, like they were advertising something wasn't working. They eventually took the whole suggestion box sign down so that people didn't have any expectations about it. But they never fixed it, never replaced it. Doesn't that seem odd to you?
What's this going?
Except that's not how they go. At least that's not how they're supposed to go in Byzantium. The whole episode made me wonder, if they can't fix something as simple as a suggestion box, what else aren't they fixing? After a while, I got connected with our mutual friend and started using my position here to feed him information when I could. That's it, really.
Okay. All that just to tell me this. Alright, guys, I'm going to cut it short here. What's this? It is and the clerks. Alright, I'm gonna cut it here, save it, and I want to say thanks for those that stopped by. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Hasta la vista, baby.